Where is the new Apple TV 4K? The last model dropped in 2022, confident reports pointing to a 2025 refresh, and nothing. No new Apple TV, no refreshed HomePod mini, and no smart home hub. So what happened? 2 words: Apple Intelligence. This isn't a simple supply chain story. It's a software story. Throughout 2025, Apple's next-gen AI push built around a revamped Siri and a deeper, system-level layer called Apple Intelligence wasn't ready to run the show. And because the new Apple TV 4K, the updated HomePod mini, and the long-rumored smart home hub lean heavily on that software for their core experience, Apple hit pause. If you rewatch the iPhone launch from fall 2025, Apple Intelligence was barely mentioned. That absence is exactly why Apple TV and HomePod mini slipped. The features that make the hardware worth buying weren't finished. There's also a big behind-the-scenes move that explains the delay. Multiple reports say Apple is planning to partner with Google Gemini as a backbone service for parts of Apple Intelligence. Integrating a third-party AI at the level Apple demands privacy, latency, quality, and seamlessness takes time. Apple would rather take the hit now than ship a half-baked box that can't deliver on the promise of a smarter living room dot. So, what can you actually expect when the next Apple TV 4K arrives? The short version: meaningful, future-proof upgrades across performance, connectivity, and intelligence. First up, the chip. Back-end code has pointed to the A17 Pro, a 3nm powerhouse, first seen in the iPhone. 15 Pro coming to Apple TV 4K. That's a massive deal. It means Apple Intelligence can run natively on the box for the very first time, enabling on-device understanding, faster responses, and more privacy. It also unlocks a huge jump in CPU and GPU performance compared to the current A15 Bionic model. Expect smoother navigation, snappier app launches, and a big boost for Apple Arcade with higher frame rates, richer effects, and console-style visuals. The A17 Pro's advanced GPU features are built for modern rendering and high-fidelity video, so 4K HDR playback with premium formats should feel effortless. Connectivity is getting a real upgrade too. The new unit is expected to include Apple's N1 networking chip, bringing Wi-Fi 7 and a less crowded 6 GHz band to the living room. Translation: faster peak speeds, lower latency, and more stable 4K streaming even in busy homes. Wi-Fi 7's multi-link capabilities can bond connections for rock-solid performance, which also benefits AirPlay, multi-room audio, and smart home responsiveness. The N1 should help your Apple devices talk to each other more reliably. Handoff from iPhone to Apple TV. Casting and controlling scenes should feel instant rather than approximate, but hardware is just half the story. The new Siri is where the experience transforms. Apple's updated assistant aims to understand context across apps and services, so you can ask for what you want, not just the name of a title. Picture this. Find a feel-good sci-fi movie streaming in 4K with at least a 90% audience score, then add it to my Saturday movie night list. When the next episode of my favorite show drops, remind me and invite Sarah to watch. Send her the trailer in messages. Show me the front door camera in picture-in-picture, lower the lights to 20%, and turn on cinema mode. With Apple Intelligence on device and cloud assisted where needed, Siri should handle complex, multi-step tasks and link content, contacts, calendars, and smart home accessories without you babysitting it. Expect sharper recommendations that learn your taste across apps, more natural back and forth, and multi-user awareness, so each family member gets personalized suggestions and privacy. On the smart home side, the new Apple TV 4K will continue to serve as a home hub, and with stronger networking plus smarter Siri, automation should feel faster and more reliable. Think presence-aware routines that trigger as you arrive, cleaner notifications for doorbells and cameras, and smoother control of scenes and accessories. For families, better profiles and voice recognition can separate cues, watch lists, and parental controls. For entertainment lovers, tighter integration across Apple TV Plus, third-party streaming apps, and live sports should make universal search. And up next, actually feel universal. What about the HomePod Mini and the rumored smart home hub? The plan, according to reports, is a cohesive launch where everything arrives together. The new Apple TV 4K, a refreshed HomePod Mini, and a dedicated hub device centered around the home. That last product is designed to tie your living room, kitchen, and smart devices together. Think quick control, glanceable info, and a better family brain. These products make the most sense when Apple Intelligence and the new Siri are ready from day one, which is why they were held back in 2025. Let's talk price. Analyst chatter has pegged Apple's target around $100. But with a 17 Pro and the N1 networking chip on board, hitting that might be tough. The current Apple TV 4K starts at $129, and the most realistic outcome is the new base model stays at that $129 price point. It keeps the device competitive while delivering meaningful, long-term value, especially if Apple Intelligence is truly built in. Design-wise, don't expect a radical makeover. Apple is likely to keep the compact box we know, possibly with a cleaner matte metal finish to freshen it up. A smaller stick version for travel would be nice, but there's no credible sign of that yet. There have been whispers about a built-in camera for FaceTime on the TV, but momentum there isn't strong. It's not a must-have for most users, and Apple already leans on iPhone and continuity camera to solve that elegantly. So when can you actually buy it? The most sensible window is early spring 2026, late February, or early March, giving Apple a runway to ship the Apple TV 4K, the updated HomePod Mini, and the Smart Home Hub together in a home-focused launch. The only reason to wait longer would be to bundle the big AI reveal with WWDC 2026. But a spring release feels right to get these devices into homes sooner, and to start the Apple Intelligence era outside the iPhone. Now, the bigger question, Apple's position in the AI race. Yes, Apple is behind on headline AI features, but does it matter to most people? Probably not. There's no mass exodus because the ecosystem lock is real and the experience is cohesive. People upgrade because iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, iPad, Mac, and Apple TV work together with minimal friction. While enthusiasts chase early AI tools, the average user is waiting for something that just works. Meanwhile, there's a credible argument that as large language models mature, their performance converges. If the gap between top-tier assistants shrinks, the differentiator won't be a raw benchmark. It'll be integration, privacy, latency, and design. That's Apple's lane. Partnering with Google Gemini for parts of Apple Intelligence acknowledges reality. Use the best cloud AI where it helps. Pair it with fast on-device processing and wrap it in Apple's privacy model and UI polish. Right now, Google Gemini is a leading consumer AI mobile, but it lacks Apple's end-to-end integration. That's the opening for Apple to deliver an assistant that doesn't just answer questions, but actually moves your life forward across your apps and devices. Apple promised an assistant that connects your information and your services into one coherent brain. They didn't deliver it in 2024, but if any company can build an integrated, secure, and responsive experience on top of world-class silicon, it's Apple. This matters beyond the living room. Future products, especially wearable displays and smart glasses, depend on a capable, low-latency assistant. Real-time translation, context-aware prompts, and multimodal understanding only feel magical if they're instant. Apple Silicon already offers the fluidity competitors struggle to match. Fixing the AI layer unlocks the next generation of wearables and smart home devices. So yes, the delay is frustrating. But shipping a dumb box that can't handle the future would be worse. Waiting for the S17 Pro and the N1 networking chip means the next Apple TV 4K won't just feel faster on day one, it'll stay relevant for years. If Apple lands the new Siri, tightens Apple Intelligence across tvOS and the smart home, and nails the launch in early 2026. The wait will be worth it. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell so you don't miss the full coverage when the new Apple TV 4K, HomePod Mini, and Apple's Smart Home Hub finally arrive.